Cruz as the first stage for losers finals between Masato and Dill.
I will say this much. I think this is actually a very good stage for Bayo. You know, she can kind of like hang out on either side of the stage and just kind of throw out her build arts. It's kind of hard for, exactly, just like this. It's kind of hard to deal with when trying to approach, but...
It's one of the rarest situations where Bullet Arts covers a massive, or rather Bullet Climax covers a massive amount of space for Bayonetta. And the entire base platform ends up being contested space because of this projectile. However, this could be a very dangerous stage for Bayonetta to be comboing off of. The low platforms don't really give her that much space. She's going to have to really go for more of reads and try and just catch Dill out of the air to get those solid combos that we've come to know and love, or know and hate from Bayonetta.
And, you know, that is exactly what we like to see here. Right now, Dill. You know, he's showing that he can do this. You know, he wants this run back. Best of 5 set. Maybe going to aid him here? I don't really know here, but Masato struggling nonetheless. That's such a confident banana to up smash. Showing a lot of confidence. Oh my god.
Well, we're seeing Dill fish for it a little bit, and he certainly has every right to.
No. No.
That's another reason about why the stage is.
Why is this stage legal?
This stage is a bit of a double-edged sword for Bayonetta, just because you can get scooped up by the descending end of the ship. So it makes a bit of ledge play more dangerous for Bayonetta, which some people like to see, but I mean, hey, you never want to see a stock drop like that.
No, absolutely not. And
Dill likes it though, and he's taking advantage.
You know,
of it.
he's down for that. I can't say I'm particularly down for that, but you know, it's the way this game works sometimes. So now throwing out these back airs, trying to get some more, trying to get some kind of stage control. You know, he's only at 46%, so this is very doable. But I feel like Dill is playing with a lot of kind of like this very controlling play. But, you know, if Masato's doing stuff like that, it's very hard for Dill to control the stage. So now we're seeing the Diddy bread and butter come through here.
So far, this game one has been fairly convincing in Dill's favor. He's been controlling a lot of space very well, punishing a lot of Masato's unsafe landings. And it's a bit rough to see, but at any point, Masato can turn this around. It's really funny. One interesting aspect of the stage as it tilts is that because it's repositioning items on it, and there's a lot of quirky properties that have to do with this. One notable is that if the banana does cause a slip, it might not stick. The trip animation could get interrupted by the tilting of the stage.
You know, that is absolutely a truth here. Right now, Masato, he's trying to close this. Oh! Yeah, he's not dead just yet, but that is going to be some mighty fine percent. You know, Masato, if he gets one good conversion, it's lights out for Dill, it seems. But, you know, same thing for Dill. You know, just one clap into an up smash, and okay. Oh, and that's going to kill, isn't it?
That's going to kill. You know it. We know it.
Everyone knows it. And Masato himself did, too. You even see Dill, he kind of like backed up into his chair. He knew that was it. A witch time at 50. And Masato, just right there, looking very poised, looking very serious. He knew that the game wasn't over until he made that play, and all of a sudden, Dill's dropping that game, you know, in a game that looked so convincingly and like sort of consistently in his favor.
And game 2 is taking us once again to Final Destination.
I will say this much. A lot of people say that Bayonetta kind of struggles on FD because there's not really anywhere for you to land. So you kind of just land with all your special lag when she has, you know, up doing her up Bs and side Bs. But not really sure. But I guess that's Dill's logic here. You know, not a bad pick by any means. And he can definitely, no platforms again in the way of him controlling the stage with the banana, which is really what matters here.
And we've seen throughout the night that this is a common counter pick for the Bayonettas. And it's understandably why. There's a lot of space to travel from base platform to the ceiling. However, one thing that I've brought up earlier, and I'd like to bring up once again, is how a player like Masato, who had grown his Bayonetta in the online world prior, is adept at knowing how to manipulate this character without any platforms to assist, without that much space to maneuver, and really just taking advantage of the fact that there's just a lot of air. There's a whole lot of air. And regardless of combos, Bayonetta still has a lot of those tools that can allow her to contest that space, like Nair, like up air, and Masato is going to have to try and take back this base platform if he wants to make the most of that.
Now, I like what I saw from Masato there. You know, Dill kind of rolling out of the witch time. I like how Masato just didn't even try to punish it. He just grabbed the banana and prepared for after Dill came out of the witch time. He knew he couldn't punish that. Very smart by Masato.
And also equally intelligent by Dill. He recognized that if something close to you, like a projectile, allows you to get the main character witch-timed, go for one of those options that's going to provide you with those iframes, grabbing the ledge, going for a roll, something that's going to extend the safety of the situation, because, yeah, witch time catches you down, but if you can't get hit, then it's just buying you free time.
Yeah, absolutely. That was absolutely the right option on Dill's part. Incredibly good awareness. And right now, we're seeing him control the stage once again. This is what Dill is so good at, controlling the space around him and just doing these crazy, awesome banana tricks. That forward throw, and that's going to do it. And right now, Dill sitting... Oh, that was a nice barrel. I like that one. Dill right now with the barrels. This man goes crazy with his barrels. You know, doesn't use them usually, but, you know, when he takes stocks, a lot of time you'll see this man go crazy with the barrels. But Masato, he's not going to have none of that. He still wants this set. Choosing the side B on the stage. I know Masato himself said that side B on stage is unsafe. It's not an option he likes. Maybe he's getting a little flustered there. I'm not really sure. Maybe a misinput. Masato, he's still looking very focused, very poised. You know, I'm sure he's not ruling out any particular option. You know, I'm sure he knows exactly what his character is capable of. But Dill right now doing the exact same, barreling out of that situation and just showing an incredibly commanding neutral. Oh no, he's not even gonna die, but the back air, yeah, that'll do it.
No, it's not. With excellent DI, and yeah, the percentages just aren't all there. High percentages, though. Are we gonna get another Nair? It's just not gonna be enough time for Dill to bring himself back.
And Masato running off stage trying to Nair just in case, but Dill isn't gonna make it. Those jet barrels aren't going to lift him up to the ledge.
Just as we saw in Game 1, this is still an incredibly doable situation for Masato. It's all about how well he's able to patiently play this. If he could build up that damage on Dill while keeping himself out of harm's way. But Dill's making sure harm's way is every way in this.
Okay, now we're going for the more bread and butter. It seems like Dill trying to just strengthen his lead, strengthen his control here, because he knows that if Masato gets an inch, he will take a mile and just fly him all the way to outer space. And is that exactly what we're seeing right here? Oh, no, it's not.
Yet.
Dill right there with the impeccable DI, punishing the special lag with an incredibly smart up smash.
And bringing this into Game 3, Dill's showing a few signs of life now, starting to figure out this matchup, but he's going to have to figure out ways to really lock out how Masato's responding to him. I feel like mixing up a few more options, figuring out different ways of suppressing his movement is going to be how... Oh, did Fang leave that first?
I guess so. I think Fang left us some french fries. Yeah, take a gander, take a gander. I thought these were yours.
I mean, this is where we went, like, how long ago now?
A couple hours ago, maybe?
Actually, like 4 or 5 hours ago. I've been shutting down commentating and stream teching this entire time.
Yeah, hey, man, putting down a lot of the work right now. Shouts to him.
I mean, listen, you can give me shout-outs, but right now the real work that's being put in, these guys fighting for losers finals. This is their last chance at the money, get themselves back into grands, try and pick up the pieces of where they left off in the upper end of bracket. And immediately we're seeing Masato really coming to life now. These stray hits linking together quite nicely.
And, you know, this is like what we had to see from Masato. You know, this kind of patient neutral, but once he gets his hands on you, it's just kind of lights out. It's very dangerous. Right now, Dill trying to pull some bananas, trying to figure out the neutral for himself. We know Dill's very capable with his banana. Honestly, he's really just a genius, honestly. But Masato right now, it doesn't matter if you're getting flown up to the top. Dill looks a little frustrated. And Masato looks very focused.
I wouldn't really blame anyone for
Absolutely
it,
not.
but you sort of just have to accept that. That's the Bayo package. That's the true Umbran experience.
You know, this Umbra Witch has got a lot of slimy tricks up her sleeve, but, you know, a lot of these Bayonetta mains, they're incredibly, incredibly good at getting these tricks and just following DI and, you know, just picking up these opportunities where they can kill you straight up.
That's the core of this character. Punish. Punish what your opponent's doing, because it's rather difficult to set up situations that ultimately lead into these devastating combos. You have to really bank it on conditioning your opponent to do certain options, and then letting those options be what leads them to their own demise. And we've seen that Masato's really been able to bank on that throughout the evening. He hasn't relied too heavily on any particular tool. He hasn't, abused Witch Time. He hasn't used Bats Within too much. He's managed to mix up a lot of his combos.
Oh my
keep
God.
his opponents on their feet, and he's really showing why he is a force to be reckoned with here on the island.
He is, like you said before, he's given us the full $5.99 package right there, just with these incredible combos, lifting Dill right up for the slightest mistakes, and it's just, this is what optimal Bayo play looks like, folks. Masato just getting his hands on Dill, carrying him up to the top, but you got to know, like, that game was very fast, but Dill, he is down, but he is not out. He's absolutely not out. Shouts to the French fries in the stream room.
Man, I'm actually starving. I can't wait to get out of here. I was supposed to have plans hours ago.
I think I'm going to go to Sonic after this. Come on, Sonic. Shouts to Sonic, but we don't got no Sonics on screen. We got a Bayonetta and a Diddy Kong.
We got Game 4 situation. We're going back to Lilac Rose.
Now I wonder, didn't Masato win on Lilac, I feel?
He had taken Game 1.
Yeah.
I believe.
So maybe Dill just kind of saying like, hey, that Witch Time stuff, that stuff's silly. If I can play neutral, I'm going to win. That's good confidence. I like seeing that from Dill. But Masato, I'm sure he's not opposed to this pick either. There's a lot of stuff Bayonetta can do on Lilac.
Yeah, we already mentioned that the layout of the stage really does assist Bayonetta. However, I figured the way that Dill's thinking this match out is that he wants to limit the amount of space that Masato's able to run wild on. You start to funnel down what you have to worry about. Things become a little bit more predictable, a little bit more easy to manage, and especially with Banana being able to cancel out a little bit of the pressure from heel slide, it could work out for Dill. He just needs to play things patiently, and I feel like rushing in on Bayonetta is one of the worst things you could do, because that's where you start to fall right into the web that she's weaved.
And those wicked weaves, if you will.
Once again, bonking on the wings, however, this time because it's the ascending end, Masato still has plenty of time to be able to pick himself back up.
Masato didn't want to take no risks there. He just wanted to make it back. He didn't want to get caught under the stage again. Now Dill just holding Banana, controlling the space around him.
You see Masato kind of fish for a combo now. He's just moving around in heel slide, and that's a no-go. That's exactly what Dill wants, because that's where everything becomes readable, punishable, and altogether just malleable to the Diddy Kong plan. Get himself into a position where, all right, I know what you're going to do. Here's a banana, and here's some hands.
Yeah, exactly. And talking to Masato earlier today, I know he actually thinks that that's not even a strong option. He doesn't really like it. He thinks it's very punishable. And, that Dill showing off exactly what Masato was talking about. Oh, no, not like this. Okay, we're good.
He's good.
Bayonetta's got like 12 jumps. We're good.
Now, outside of triple jump, you got to take into account the fact that Witch Twist itself, not a bad recovery.
Absolutely not. Even without that third jump, Bayonetta's definitely got the recovery tools to get back on stage.
In the grand scheme of things, Bayonetta's recovery is arguably some of the best in the game.
I think it just might be the best.
Because it's just as good as Villagers, but with much, much more active hitboxes, a lot more malleability, can be converted into a combo.
Absolutely. Bayonetta's up B, like one of the best moves in the game, and it just, that up B is kind of what starts the whole chain of events that is a Bayonetta combo.
But right now, we're not seeing so much combos, just
a lot of neutral play.
A lot of neutral play and a lot of just unfortunate trades for Dill, eating lots of damage where he could be playing a lot safer. Mind you, he's got plenty of the percentage lead on Masato, but that doesn't matter when you're down a stock now.
And right now, Dill sitting on his tournament life. This is very dangerous. Until he got that.
Smash.
Now
yeah.
it's pretty even.
Yeah, that's another neat trick with Lila. A lot of up smashes, but most importantly, Diddy Kong reaches through all of those platforms.
Very handy. Same with Cloud. A lot of his aerials go through those platforms as well. Dill being aware of what his character can do on the stage. Very smart. these guys. Masato's, we're seeing that more patient play from Masato again. You know, he's being a bit more aggressive the last couple games, but no, now he's going to take it slow. So now we're just seeing Masato slowly lay on the hurt. Dill's got to figure out what to do here. Dill does have a banana in hand, but no longer. Now this is just very difficult. Throwing out all these bullet arts, Masato, he's just having this very nice control over what's going on. He does have the lead. He isn't forced to approach here. And frankly, we're looking at 1 minute and 30 seconds left. I don't want to say the timeout is going to happen, but I don't want to completely rule it out. So that's definitely something that could occur here. Okay, and we got a Bayo conversion. Is that going to do it? No, barely. Dill is going to escape it. Now we're seeing Dill's last stand here. You know, if he stands here, he could stand to play another game, but at which time, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. And Masato returning back to Grand to face Ralphie again.
So I'd like to point out that this is a double elimination. Dill having been knocked into losers and now knocked out of bracket by Masato. And an impressive win first, but now Masato making sure Dill does not collect his hat trick.